This is Hannibal. I'm Piper here, just back from a walk. It's a beautiful day here, unseasonably warm in Ottawa, Canada, and I'm going to give a daily news update. Raw was back down in the 0.4s last night. They made a 0.45 rating. Apparently, Ric Flair said on his podcast he would love to go back to WWE. He always boosted ratings, and it seems like the plane ride from hell, dark side of the ring stuff is all blown over now. So I could definitely see that happening. Apparently, according to Slam Wrestling, Impact didn't even do a 0.01 rating last week. They didn't even make a rating. So interest in that company continues to dwindle. Tessa Blanchard, who once had a match scheduled for Great North Wrestling against Lady Yasmin, but sadly, due to flight delays, didn't make it. Did an interview with Bill Apter, who I've done 3 interviews with on this channel, by the way. Said that she's currently going to the University of San Antonio studying international affairs, which is pretty much the same thing that her stepfather, Magnum TA, said about her in a recent interview. And I put the link to that in the description, where Magnum TA first gave the scoop. I think it was first on this channel through an interview that John Paz did with Magnum TA, where he said Tessa was going back to school, and apparently some of the subjects she's taken is history and politics, and I suck at wrestling politics, and apparently she does too. And yeah, she is going back to school. But the interesting thing about Tessa is she got extremely popular in a very short period of time, and it's too bad. She still has potential to fulfill her wrestling potential, but it doesn't look like she will. Jason says, "How's my day going?" It's going wonderful. I did a chest and back workout today, and my strength is getting back up there after taking about 6 or 8 weeks of just running and doing yoga. Cryan says he read somewhere Chris Jericho said that CM Punk and AEW was a mistake. Well, I think it was a mistake too, although it depends I don't know how much they're ultimately going to pay him. If it was a 3-year, $3 million a year contract, that's $9 million for selling out the United Center once. Because when he returned to Chicago, according to the reports I saw, the buildings was the smaller building in Chicago, and it didn't come close to selling out. So he obviously caused problems in the locker room. He did get people talking. He got some buzz about AEW. Is it worth $9 million if they're stuck paying him the whole 3-year contract? I don't know, because according to what I understand, they're still paying him right now. They want to try to buy him out of the rest of his contract. However, the no compete clause might be an issue, because as we just reported, WWE ratings are down. They might want to pick him up, if nothing else, just to give one speech, because his first appearance would boost ratings. But I was never a CM Punk fan, and as I stated before, you guys can search on this channel in 2012, search Hannibal kicked out a WWE event. There was an event in Ottawa, Canada here that I was promoting Great North Wrestling at and meeting fans, and there were so few people at this WWE event, which was headlined by CM Punk. I got to meet almost every single fan that went to the show. Of course, we didn't show it all on the video, but they ended up kicking me off the property and refunding me my money, so it was all good. I wasn't actually planning on going to the show anyways, but he certainly wasn't a draw here in Ottawa. But yeah, it's a different time. I wasn't really watching WWE at that time, and I didn't even have a YouTube channel at that time. I was on other people's YouTube channel, so I wasn't following wrestling as closely. I was mainly just promoting, and I think in those years I had 3 jobs and I was dealing with Hep C, so I don't even think I was wrestling at the time. I was promoting that event. I was kicked out. I believe the main event of that show was Jeremy Prophet against Scott Steiner. And the funniest thing was that event ended up having 12,000 fans in Smith Falls, Ontario. And because they kicked me out, I got on the radio the next day. It was reported in some newspapers. So if they hadn't kicked me out, I would have got a lot less publicity for it. And the video, which was originally posted on someone else's channel, I eventually reposted it. It made all the wrestling news. So it was a mistake kicking me out, because if they hadn't kicked me out, nothing would have happened in the video of interesting. But the whole point of the security telling me to leave and stuff is what made the thing interesting. Fat Cat says CM Punk draws money. Well, if he drew money, he'd be on TV right now, because wrestling is a business. And if somebody's able to make you money, you would have him on TV. Crying, do I think some of the wrestlers today look like they can work at McDonald's? Yes, a lot of them. I mean, Kevin Owens. You could look at any fry guy at McDonald's, and you could definitely see that. Maximus, no, Punk is not legitimately tough. I think that was proven. I did contact Amy Weber at one point years ago. But she said she had her own channel or something and only wanted to put posts on her channel or something. But I would be open to it. I think my next shoot interview is with Mantar. We've dug up Mantar, and we are going to interview him. So wish everyone a good night. That's my news update. Good for Tessa going back to school. In the long run, it's going to be a lot better for her to get into another business and just wrestle for fun, because it's a really crappy industry overall, other than for the few people that become megastars.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews.